So, as first foray into Eurorack, I'm starting out with this Behringer K2 Mark II, the one with the sync and the FM options, as my starting point. It's semi-modular, as you can see, and I think it makes a good base for starting to expand outwards into the world of Eurorack. Now, I don't know if I'm going to take to Eurorack particularly. I do like synthesis. I like playing with synthesizers too. So the chances are I will take to it, but it's a bit of a rich man's game really, and I'm not a rich man. So with that in mind, I'm going to expand this out with a couple of cheap modules. And because I don't really know where I'm going with it, I've decided to expand this rack itself sideways. I found a 3D STL file online that allows you to expand this rack sideways if you have a 3D printer, which I do, fortunately. Here's the original file I found online, and using FreeCAD, which is like a free design program, I was able to expand it from 10 HP to 20 HP, which works at about 101.6 millimeters. I think I added 0.4 of a mil for good measure. The print took about 14 hours. In fact, if you look at the video, you can see the reflections of the printer window as daylight is lost and we move into darkness. Anyway, next morning I came down, the job was finished, and it looks pretty good. And this is it. It just came off the 3D print machine and fits on the side. It expands the thing outwards. I imagine I have to take these side cheeks off. And then I'm going to fit a couple of units into this. Now those units are something that blew my mind. Again, it's another Behringer thing. That's all I can afford. This is Behringer Brains, which is an implementation of Platts, and with a couple of extra little bits on it. I think it's got 20 different oscillator types, and the sound just blew me away, actually. That is going next to, I'll show you, well, in there, and this already has a power supply, so I'll be reusing that power supply. I'm not going to put another one in just to do what I can already do. And then in this rather, for some reason, much larger box is presumably a much smaller power supply, which is for running the brains. And there we are. What's all this about? Okay, I didn't expected that. I don't know what's, oh, this will be the actual power that goes to that. Okay. Yeah, okay, and plus some ribbon cable, great. Okay, so this is a power supply that goes from mains down to 12 volts or 24 volts or whatever this takes. And then this thing will, let's just unwrap it. Well, imagine the rack ears are not there. It'll go there, or actually the other side of the brains unit. So let's have a look at the brains unit. Let's have a look at my brains. Here they are. They're quite small. Let's see. How does one open such packaging? Ah, right. Again, power cable. opening this one a bit more carefully for some reason. I think I was more excited by the power supply. Here it is. It looks great. I mean, it looks cool. It'll fit with this quite nicely, and then that will go to the side in this unit. I hope this is the right size, because it's a bit of a tight fit. Does just about fit. And that. Just about is what you want, of course. Aha, look at that. That's actually quite neat on its own. I could have modified the file actually and put another side on this. Is it worth doing that? I don't know. I'll plug it up to this. I'll connect it to that. Put that over there and see how that goes. Right, so far it's looking pretty plausible. There we go. So now I've got an extension. It's not a bad match. I don't know if you can keep adding these things on and on, or maybe add one to the other side, but actually I'm quite pleased with that. Tell you what, I didn't put any nuts in though. I'll put them in another time. I'm kind of keen to get this going. So I want it there because I want the patch cables moving, going from there to there. Oh, right, I'm happy with that. Now I need to just do the sides a bit tighter. Cool. There. I don't know what that is. I think this is 60. That's 20 and that's 4. That's 84. I think that's an 84 HP Euro system. So I'm going to plug it in, see if it all comes on. So I'm going to hang on to this for the future, because I know I won't be completely content with this forever. So this is my power block that runs that. Plug it in to the wall. Whoosh. Okay, so we're in the music room now. I've got a matrix brute which is sending out control voltages for CV and gate to my new Eurorack. I've got it all linked up so that it's triggering both the brains and the K2. Some of my leads are a bit long, I think. Also, I'm using my makeshift attenuator that I created a little earlier on. So let's have a listen.